Archangel Michael says, this message has reached you at a very powerful moment in your life. A spiritual shift is taking place behind your back, and what was whispered in the dark is about to explode in full daylight. Tonight, you are the center of a conversation that will soon define the next chapter of your destiny. They thought you wouldn't know. They assumed their words would stay locked behind closed doors. But heaven has intercepted it all. This message is not accidental. You are being told right now for a divine reason. The same mouths that once praised you are now laced with jealousy and hidden motives. Archangel Michael says, someone you trusted sat at the edge of that table. They nodded, smiled, and added their own silent approval as others dissected your life. But the angels were present too, and nothing goes unseen anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 333. There was laughter in that room, but it wasn't genuine joy, it was mockery masked as amusement. They discussed things you never shared publicly. They discussed the way you walk, the way you smile, even your recent silence. What startled the angels most was the way one person in that circle twisted your recent blessings into a weapon. They called your rise, luck, your pain, overdramatic, your peace, fake. But your spirit remained untouched. Someone at that gathering recorded a piece of the conversation. That recording will soon become a key. A name will be revealed, and it will strike like lightning across your spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 144. You weren't meant to hear it that night. But you are meant to hear it now. Because your soul must prepare for the wave of exposure that is rising quickly. They talked about your past as if they lived it. They described your future as if it was theirs to control. But they forgot, you are covered by the divine hand of justice. Archangel Michael says, heaven has declared that your silence ends today. What was buried in private will now face the light of public judgment. And it will not be you who stands embarrassed. The ones who smiled in your face are now being exposed one by one. Their private group is being watched. Every call, every screenshot, every message is becoming part of a divine archive. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You are being separated from them for a divine cause. What you lost in fake friends will be repaid in spiritual family. You will begin to feel it in your chest before anything is said aloud. There is one among them who couldn't sleep after that night. They felt the heavy weight of truth sitting on their chest. They are close to breaking their silence. Do not be surprised when someone reaches out to you in whispers. Do not be shocked when a message lands in your inbox that starts with, I need to tell you something. That moment is orchestrated by the heavens. They said your name over and over like it belonged to them. They laughed about your dreams like they could take them. But your name is about to become too expensive for their mouths. Type Amen to get blessing 717. You are not here by mistake. You are not reading this by coincidence. Heaven is marking you for a divine reversal. That conversation didn't go unnoticed. It's being replayed before the throne of heaven even now. Every sentence is being counted like steps on a staircase, one that will lead them straight to justice. They mentioned your relationships. They hinted that someone close to you is not who they say they are. That part is crucial and will be revealed soon. Archangel Michael says, your spirit has been trembling lately because your intuition already sensed this betrayal. You tried to brush it off, but the signs have become too loud. And now the truth is marching in. There was someone in that room who is deeply obsessed with your life. They envy everything about you, even things you cried over. And yet, they wear a mask of concern when they speak to you. Type Amen to get blessing 636. Someone mentioned a secret you shared in confidence years ago. You told it only once. But now it's being retold like fiction, reshaped into a story you wouldn't even recognize. You will soon face the person who leaked it. But by then, their guilt will be written all over their face. They won't even try to lie. The tables are turning slowly but surely. The one who spread the rumor will soon become the one trapped in it. Their own words are forming a noose they didn't see coming. Your breakthrough is tied to this exposure. This conversation wasn't just idle gossip, it was a test of loyalty, a test they failed. Type Amen to get blessing 828. The reason they keep discussing you is because your presence threatens their false comfort. They feel powerless watching your light rise while they remain in shadows. But this is how heaven separates gold from dust. You didn't ask for war, but you're being pulled into one. Not to destroy, but to cleanse. Not to shame, but to elevate. Someone in that circle is about to lose everything they tried to gain by speaking against you. Their own life is crumbling behind the scenes, and they still don't understand it's connected to their actions. They used your name as a form of entertainment. But now your name will rise like thunder over their gossip. Your name will soon be attached to honor, power, and restoration. Type Amen to get blessing 393. There is a divine camera capturing the unseen. Heaven does not miss details. And what was said in the dark will soon be played in places they least expect. One of them spoke about your financial matters. They bragged about things they overheard, thinking they knew the full picture. But what they didn't know is that you're being positioned for divine wealth. Archangel Michael says, God is preparing you for a financial restoration that will silence every false voice. The mocking will turn into apologies. And the laughter will become awe. A public reward is being scheduled for you. It will be tied to your integrity. You didn't defend yourself, you allowed heaven to do it for you. Type Amen to get blessing 117. Someone in the group is secretly in love with you. That's why their behavior is confusing. They criticize you one minute and stare at your photos the next. They're trying to suppress their real feelings. But heaven sees it all. That tangled love-hate energy is becoming unbearable for them. This person will reach out under a different reason. But their eyes will betray their truth. When they finally speak, you will feel both shock and relief. Your name stayed in their mouths longer than anyone else. It wasn't a conversation, it was a full obsession. And heaven has allowed it because a shift needed to occur. Type Amen to get blessing 999. You were divinely tested in that situation. Could you remain calm while being misrepresented? Could you hold peace while being painted in lies? You passed the test. Now it's heaven's turn. The blessing that's about to arrive will come with thunderous clarity. Someone tried to bring your name into legal discussion. They exaggerated, manipulated, and twisted. But no false witness will prevail. Your name will be cleared before anyone dares to accuse again. And those who plotted will retreat in silence when your elevation begins. Type Amen to get blessing 202. The conversation they had has sparked a storm. A storm they are not prepared to face. Because when divine truth rolls in, it doesn't knock politely, it enters with justice. Your social circle will change drastically in the next few weeks. Some people will vanish without explanation. Don't chase them. They were never built for your next level. Archangel Michael says, they plan to trap you with words. But their own mouths became their greatest enemy. The truth is louder than their whispering. Every whisper has become a witness. Every laugh has become a record. And every lie is now being reversed. Type Amen to get blessing 303. You were not meant to be destroyed by this. You were meant to be promoted through this. And that's exactly what will happen. This is your moment of divine reversal. Heaven has shifted the weight. And those who tried to bury you are now digging their own downfall. Their gathering was their mistake. Because when people come together to destroy, they forget that heaven listens. And heaven responds. What was meant to break you will soon bless you. What was intended as humiliation will be turned into divine announcement. Type Amen to get blessing 707. Your name will travel farther than theirs ever will. Your legacy will stand tall while theirs crumble. This is the balance of divine justice. They won't be able to speak about you the same way again. Not after what's coming. Not after heaven unfolds what's written in your favor. The person who defended you secretly will be rewarded too. They stood in that room and didn't agree. And heaven took note. You are being backed by divine forces stronger than any human tongue. And your elevation has already begun. Type Amen to get blessing 411. They talked all night, but now they'll be silent all year. Because when the truth arrives, it doesn't arrive gently. It arrives roaring. Your story is shifting. And the first chapter begins now. With you rising, higher than they ever imagined. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, prepare yourself for the divine echoes of truth that cannot be silenced anymore. The same voices that questioned your worth will soon have to whisper your name with respect. What they meant for mockery is being turned into a trumpet call for your rise. There is one person among them who is now deeply afraid. Not because of you, but because of the dream they had the night after that conversation. In their dream, your name was on a scroll shining in gold, and theirs had vanished. One of them lost money recently, and they believe it's unrelated. But the truth is, their own jealousy is becoming a curse they cannot escape. You are not cursed, you are covered. Type Amen to get blessing 848. This is divine backlash at its purest. Those who mocked your struggles are about to experience what real silence feels like. Heaven has drawn the line, and those who crossed it will feel it. They laughed about something sacred to you. They called it small, because their spirit could never comprehend something so divine. But you will soon see how God uses their disbelief as the foundation of your victory. Do not lower your energy to explain yourself anymore. The days of defending your choices are over. The days of letting people whisper while you bleed are finished. The curtain is lifting. Their masks are falling. The show is about to begin, and you are the one in the spotlight now. Type Amen to get blessing 505. They tried to replay your past like it's their entertainment. But heaven is about to rewrite your future in a way that blinds them. They will need sunglasses to even glance at your next season. They asked where your strength comes from. They said, how does this person keep going? The answer is, your pain became your protection, and your silence became your sword. Now your sword is swinging in silence. No war cry. Just precision. Just justice. Someone at that table is trying to distance themselves now. They're deleting chats, unsending messages, avoiding eye contact. But it's too late. Type Amen to get blessing 212. Screenshots exist. Audio clips exist. And most importantly, heaven's memory exists. Nothing they tried to erase will disappear from divine record. You may even receive a gift from someone who was part of the discussion. It's not from love, it's from guilt. Do not be deceived by apology wrapped in expensive disguise. A public platform is about to elevate you. And the timing is divine. As you rise, they will be forced to swallow their words and clap. One of them even said, "Let's see how long this person lasts." That comment was marked by an angel. And now they will watch how far you go, and they won't be able to stop it. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. There is a shift happening in your favor so strong that even people who didn't know you will begin to speak your name with admiration. You will be featured. You will be honored. And you will be celebrated. They watched your social media that night. They criticized your photo. But now your image is being pulled into rooms they'll never be invited to. What they feared the most is happening. You are growing without them. And you are shining despite their plans. Archangel Michael says, your season of hiding is over. What they whispered in secret will be overtaken by what heaven shouts in public. Type Amen to get blessing 1711. Don't respond with revenge. Respond with grace and silence. Because heaven will do the exposure for you. Their faces will show their shame before they even speak. Their eyes will shift when they look at you. You'll feel the nervous tremble in their smile. Some of them have already started arguing with each other. Blaming each other. Panicking. Because the seed of betrayal always grows into thorns. One will say, "I didn't mean it like that." Another will say, "It was just a joke." But you will know, it was never light-hearted. Type Amen to get blessing 353. Your light made their shadows uncomfortable. That is why they talked about you all night. But now your light is becoming a spotlight, and they cannot escape it. Prepare yourself, because one of them is about to face public embarrassment. The very mouth that mocked you is about to go viral for all the wrong reasons. The shame they planned for you has found its way back home. They will remember your name every time they lose something they once took for granted. The person who stayed silent that night will soon come to you crying. They couldn't sleep. They've been hearing your name in their spirit ever since. Type Amen to get blessing 1110. They knew better, but they feared being left out of the group. Now they are ready to confess. Listen with wisdom. But do not forget. Let them speak. Let them cry. Let them tell you everything that was said, everything that was planned, and everything that's coming. Because once you hear it all, you'll realize something divine. Their hate was the final push you needed to walk boldly into your destiny. You were never meant to fit in with them. You were meant to rise above them. And now, you're doing just that, without even trying. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. They kept saying, "Who does this person think they are?" And now, the answer is forming: you are chosen. You are anointed. You are unstoppable. The next conversation about you will not take place in whispers. It will take place in awe. They will sit in the back of rooms watching you take stages they never believed you deserved. Your name is being announced in divine circles. Your path is being cleared with angelic force. And your blessings are being scheduled with supernatural speed. Archangel Michael says, "Get ready. The wind is turning. And this time, it's blowing in your favor." Type Amen to get blessing 440. They thought that night was harmless. They thought nothing of using your name casually. But your name is sacred. And heaven is now restoring its power. Those who stayed silent about the disrespect are now feeling uneasy. Because your name keeps coming up in their dreams, in their conscience, in unexpected ways. They're starting to regret everything. Not because they love you, but because now they realize they were mocking a vessel protected by divine light. One will try to apologize indirectly. One will try to act like nothing happened. Another will pretend they were on your side the whole time. Type Amen to get blessing 383. But don't worry. Truth doesn't need you to speak. It has a life of its own. And it's marching toward them now. You will see someone publicly fall from a high place. It will shock you, but you will remember this message. It is not karma. It is justice. Their season of pretending is ending. Your season of revealing is beginning. And nothing will ever be the same again. Even those who never spoke a word but listened and laughed, will feel the weight of silence closing in. Their part in the play has been written too. Type Amen to get blessing 242. You are rising in the exact opposite direction of their downfall. Not because of revenge, but because of divine balance. What they said about you that night? It's already been written into the book of reckoning. And that book is being opened. You will meet someone in the coming days who knows what happened. They will confirm this message without even knowing they were part of prophecy. Their words will align with the divine warning you're receiving now. And when it happens, you'll know it's real. Type Amen to get blessing 5050. Your heart might still hurt. That's okay. But it will soon be healed with honor, not pain. The tears you cried in silence are becoming rivers of strength. The person who was leading the gossip is about to lose the very thing they treasure most. Not because of you, but because of what they did to you. You are stepping into divine vindication. And when you enter it, don't look back. Don't respond. Just walk forward with your head high. Because your silence was your shield. And now your elevation is your answer. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, the hour has arrived when your name will become too weighty for their mouths. They spoke too long and too carelessly. But the heavens never sleep, and every careless word was captured in the realm of divine justice. They tried to recreate your past with their own words, twisting what they didn't understand. They did not know the pain behind your smile or the sacrifice behind your peace. But the angels knew, and they have been guarding your path ever since. You were the light in that conversation they couldn't ignore. Your name shone like fire on their lips, even when they tried to dim it. But fire never bows to darkness, it consumes it. A warning has been dispatched from heaven. Those who gathered to tear you down will scatter in confusion. Their plans will dissolve into ash, and your name will rise from the embers. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. Someone who heard the conversation that night has already begun to turn against the others. Their conscience is burning. Their spirit is tormented by the truth. They tried to sleep after laughing at your pain. But sleep would not come. Because what they witnessed was not a conversation, it was a betrayal. You may soon hear that one of them is going through a personal crisis. Do not gloat. Just know that divine justice has a rhythm of its own. This is not just a shift. This is a supernatural earthquake, tearing down false alliances built on jealousy, gossip, and fake friendship. Type Amen to get blessing 989. The person who laughed the loudest will be the first to fall. And their downfall will be connected directly to what they said about you. This is not coincidence, it is divine design. Someone mentioned your family. They spoke as if they knew your bloodline, as if they had the right to curse what they didn't help build. But that curse is breaking now. You are being realigned with your true purpose. You are being restored with blessings they never saw coming. You are walking into places they will never be invited to. They thought they could define you with old stories and wounded words. But heaven is writing a brand new title over your name, one they can never erase. Type Amen to get blessing 2244. You will soon be honored in a way that publicly rebukes every false thing they said. The reward will be so precise, so undeniable, that even they will have to acknowledge it. Your voice will echo louder than their whispers. Your peace will thunder louder than their laughter. Your name will travel farther than their lies. Their strategy was to steal your joy. But instead, their own joy is slipping away. Because nothing built on cruelty ever stands tall for long. Archangel Michael says, the sword of truth is being drawn. And it is cutting away the web of deceit they spun around your name. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. They talked all night about you because they can't stop watching you. Your growth terrifies them. Your healing confuses them. Your favor enrages them. They thought if they just talked long enough, they could turn others against you. But what's coming next will turn the entire atmosphere against them. Someone who defended you in secret is about to be blessed too. Their loyalty was quiet, but heaven saw it. And now, their faithfulness will bring them unexpected favor. You are not walking into your next season alone. You're walking in with angelic backing and divine support. That's why no weapon formed against you will ever prosper. Type Amen to get blessing 6060. Your story was never theirs to narrate. But they tried to take it anyway. Now, it's being taken back. The pain you once swallowed in silence is being transformed into divine power. Your tears were never wasted. Each one became a seed planted in the soil of justice. Now, the harvest is coming. And it will be too large for you to hide. The same people who once mocked you will soon be in awe. They underestimated your resilience. They misjudged your quiet strength. But your silence was louder than their noise. Type Amen to get blessing 811. Your destiny is proof that divine light always wins. You are not being rescued, you are being revealed. Their late-night talks will become their own punishment. Because when you are truly chosen, there's no room for lies to survive around your name. Heaven didn't just hear what they said. Heaven responded. And now, you are walking into a future where every word they said will be contradicted by your success. So lift your head. Straighten your back. You are not their victim, you are heaven's victory. Type Amen to get blessing 3737. Let them talk. Let them whisper. Let them guess. Because what's coming next for you is something they can never touch. You are covered. You are protected. You are chosen. Let this moment sink deep into your spirit. They gathered against you, but it only made your table bigger. They conspired in darkness, but it only made your light brighter. This is the beginning of your divine announcement. And every soul who spoke wrongly will soon watch in silence as heaven lifts you up. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.